Hi, this is Glenda. I've been watching a lot of Stampin' Up! People make cards with their printed vellum. That's one of their current offers. So I thought I'd get out my vellum and have a play, and I've pinched a couple of ideas here, doing the sun and the hills and colouring in behind. And I was going to do a variation on it, and I thought, well, I may as well film it and share it. So if that interests you, here we go. So I have a piece of cardstock, just to state the obvious, trimmed slightly smaller than my base. I'm going to punch a hole, I think a bit higher this time. That's a 1 3/8, but you use what you've got. Then I want another yellow one exactly the same size. And I've got some orange ink. Just sponge around the edges. It's very annoying, the lid doesn't go on that particular ink properly. And then I'm just going to take some sticky tape, flip this over, put my sun in there, just tape it on the back. Like that, and put that aside. Then I've got a piece of vellum that's bigger than I need, and I've got just a couple of flower stamps, and I've just been umming and ahhing which one to do first. I think I'll do the green first, so I've got some green stays on. I'm just going to stamp sort of some leafy bits. And on thinking that through, I think I had better dry it. Because then I'm going to come in with some VersaFine and I'm going to emboss it. Last time I stamped these in green, and then when I'd finished colouring they were too insipid, so I came back, I used a Stamp-A-Magic and I stamped over it again with the black stays on. This time I'm going to try embossing. So I was going to use the dusty thing so the embossing powder doesn't stick. Then I've got some Midnight Copper, which is one of the Lindy's two-tone ones, and I've had it for so long it's probably no longer available. I don't actually know. I wish we could get the coffee filters here. Those coffee filters people use for their powders are not available in Australia that I can find anywhere, which is really annoying. So what I'm using is a giant cupcake thing, or basically a cake liner, and it's really too big. So I'll just heat emboss this. Then, if I haven't lost it, I have a marker, just let that dry. I'm just going to colour from the back. I think this is probably a bit closer to the printed effect, because with the embossing it's going to make the lines a bit thicker, so it's a bit more forgiving. So this is just an alcohol marker. It doesn't have to be a Copic, a Sharpie or anything will do. And then, if I haven't lost it, I've got a white, this is an Ink Essentials one, but I don't have a lot of luck with white pens, so I'm just going to dot the spriggy bits. Just hope that's working. Oh yeah. What, it hasn't worked very well. This one's slightly better. This is a Mitsubishi pencil. No, that sounds unlikely. I carefully wrote the date on it. I thought, I have such poor luck with these white pens that I thought I'll try and start dating them so I know how long I've had them. And this one I only bought last year. I don't use them very often because they're such a pain. It's a bit iffy, never mind. Now I've got a piece of green for my hill, and I'm just going to cut a hill type shape in it, hopefully. So I think I'm actually going to put that upper fraction a fraction short. Just put it up to there. Even up the edge. And then I am going to put my vellum on, probably like, because I've got these stems in the middle of nowhere, probably about there. So, some glue along the bottom. Trim this level at the bottom. And then this second hill goes on down here. And what I was going to do on both the hills, and I completely forgot, sponge the edges. The back one won't matter quite so much because it's in behind, but so this is some forest moss. correct side, being the wrong side. And this is going to go flat across the bottom, like so. And then you want to leave enough to turn over here, so about half an inch or something. And then trim down the sides. Okay, so then that can get folded over like that. And I'm going to put my sentiment that I've now misplaced somewhere around about there, so I'm going to put a glue dot in behind there, or a bit of tape, that'll do. And some glue across here, fold that back. And I'm going to stick it to my base card. I'm wondering if I've put it on upside down. This is ridiculous. I've put it on back to front. That's just plain annoying. Now I'll have to make another one. Well, this works, but it doesn't have the embossing that I wanted to show. Oh well, whoever gets it will never know. Okay, so that kind of came up dark. I think on the other one I didn't re-ink the sponge in between. So what I'm going to do is jiggle the camera. Sorry. Hopefully you didn't get jiggled and I cut that out. And I'm just going to put some two-way glue around the edge. Put some clear glitter on the edge. Okay, double-sided tape on the back of that. The sentiment, and then the little bird. Found this bird punch the other day. We've been looking for a tiny bird punch for ages, my daughter and I, and finally found one. It was only $4, which is probably a lot if you live in America, but yeah, $4 for a punch is pretty good. Even a little one like this. Somewhere I have some little glue dots. Could even put the bird there. Oh, except that the glue dot's on the pokey tool instead of on the bird. Well, that went well. I shall get another glue dot. The love-hate relationship with glue dots. More hate than love. Okay, so there's the card on back to front, and you can still see the stems. With a bit of luck I can fix like this. And I shall try to make one the right way around and come back. Okay, so here's my 3 cards instead of 2. The first one, no embossing. The second one, embossing but back to front. And the third one, embossing on the right side. And a little bird over the smudge. So I think the embossing probably works best. But that's my offering for today. And we all mess up. Thanks for watching.